Hey team, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to look at the input decorator. We're going to be transferring data from the parent to the child. Notice the chart here. We have a parent and a child. The parent, I declare a variable parent default and I assigned it a color. On the child, notice I have to import input and then I say add input, open close, that's a function, default color equals some value. Then back on the parent side, the HTML, I'm going to reference that child, and then we are going to do some property binding. Default color from the child will be assigned to the value in the variable parent default color. It's that simple. Let's see how to transfer data from the parent to the child. You can see here I'm in app component HTML. I'm calling that my parent. That's the one that's standard app component. And notice here, I've embedded my child component. Now, default color, that is a property from my child component, and parent default color is from the parent. Now, this is perfect world where everything exists. Now, you can see here my output that I'll be sending an FF000 from the parent property, parent default color. Notice that the value FF000 is what we see here. Now, if I come over here and put A and hit the save button, then notice A flowed through. That value is passed through the property parent default color. This is in the child, and that is this value. Now, over here, I'm saying default FF1234. Unfortunately, I never get to see this value. I can't make that happen. An example, if I come over here and say, I don't want to pass a value anymore, and notice this now says, yeah, I need something. So I can say, okay, yeah, that can be undefinable. And then if I try to save that, notice I get another error. So I must go over to this component and I say, okay, you can be also undefinable. And let's try it again. Let's save all. And notice we're back, but we don't never get this default value. So how can we, if this is not connected, how can we send a value through? So notice parent default color is undefinable. I don't have a value. And when I look at the HTML, notice I'm using a conditional statement. If this has a value, I pass parent default or I pass FF1234. Now remember, this is my property from my child component. Let's save everything and let's see if FF1234 flows to default color. File, save all, and that's the way that works. So there is the perfect world and not perfect world for using the input decorator. In our second example, we are going to send two properties from the parent to the child component. Let's begin example 2 with the HTML. Notice I'm going to be sending two properties, parent default color and parent color name. Now where are these defined? In the parent or the child? The kind of name kind of gives it away. That's right. In the component we have parent default color and parent color name. Notice 00FF00 and that is green. Notice over here that is green. If I want to change one of the values to 1, hit save, notice that flows through. So there's the HTML. Now these inside of the square brackets, these are properties from the child component. Let's look at the Typescript. Notice that we then said input default color, input color name. Those are the two values that we had here. Notice I gave them default values. Of course, these are difficult to load because we're sending in required fields. In our HTML, notice that we have our div dotted, then I have a header, I got color name, I got color value. And that is our second example. And there you have it, team, the input decorator, transferring data from the parent to the child. I hope these two examples were able to help you, and now you are the master of the input decorator. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Appreciate your support. See you back in my next video. Adios.